Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a book review for Vicious, and there might be like minor spoilers, so if you don't want anything spoiled because you wanted to read this book, then you might want to skip this video. First off, I want to say that I rated Vicious a 4-star. I thought the idea was very interesting. It revolves around extraordinaries, or EOs, and Victor is working with his friend Eli to figure out how EOs come to be. And they do a lot of research to find out that most possible EOs have come from a near-death experience. And so they decide that they're going to try to replicate near-death experiences to see if they would become an EO. So Victor goes first, and he uses OD as his method to try to have this near-death experience. And Eli sits there and aids him through it. And then he winds up not totally unaliving. And he does not become an EO from that. So that is when they decide that you probably need to actually die and come back in order to become an EO. So Eli's turn is next. And he chooses drowning in like a cold bath. And so they go through that process, he does die, and then he comes back. And when he comes back, he is an EO. I'm not going to spoil what kind of EO he is, but he has a pretty intense power that came out of it. And because he becomes an EO, Victor decides that he wants to give it a go again, only Eli is refusing to help him because he just went through his own experience and it was very hard on him. So he asks one of their mutual friends, who I believe is supposed to be like Eli's girlfriend or something, to help him unalive so that he can become an EO as well. So that happens, and he does become an EO, as well as a couple other things happen. And for the couple other things that happen, he winds up getting arrested. So the book starts off with him breaking out of prison and rescuing a young woman on the side of the road who also turns out to be an EO. And the story kind of has this circular come around in it where you find out that a lot of the characters are actually connected in ways that none of them saw coming. And so when Victor gets out, Eli finds out and he wants to stop Victor. So over the course of 10 years, Eli has kind of become, well, what he considers to be a superhero. And he has been unaliving other EOs because he felt like it was his calling from God to use the power that he got to unalive other EOs because they were unnatural and shouldn't exist. And so that was just so interesting to me. I was like, you were the one that wanted to become an EO in the first place, but you know, whatever. And then they kind of have this like supervillain superhero standoff. And I felt like the way that it went was very genius, and for some reason I did not see all of it coming, which I probably could have, but I was just too busy enjoying the story. Again, I really loved how everything wrapped around and everything was connected, and it felt like, because you have time jumps back into the past and then into the present, so I kind of felt like the jumps back helped really tie in the story and you weren't missing anything. And so you got more details, which I enjoyed. The only reason I didn't rate it a 5 was because the ending did feel a little anticlimactic for how it went down and how, I don't want to spoil it, but how it also did not go down. There were a few moments at the end where it was going really fast and you were kind of like, oh no, is this actually going to happen? And had a couple of the things that you were worried about actually happened. I feel like it could have made it a little bit better. But then I believe book 2 goes into how one of the characters in this book has her own like superhero EO team now. And she uses that to like help the police department and things like that. And so I do plan to read book 2. I think that book 2 is going to be just as interesting as book 1, if not even more. I do kind of wonder, like, I haven't really read the main plot entirely to like the whole back of it to know what the entire main plot is, so I wonder what that is going to be. And overall, I would recommend the first book and we'll see if I recommend the second one as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!